friends, welcome back. Today is Cards for Kindness Day. We're doing this once a month for the year of 2022. For this month's cards, we're going to be using this stamp set from Vicky Boot, and it's called Color Study. I love this. I've used this flower a lot. We're actually going to use this Hello for the Sentiment. We're going to work on watercolor paper with Distress Oxides and I meant to get a Distress Oxide, so I got to switch that out. But with Distress Oxide inks, and I've got my card bases pre-cut, watercolor paper is cut down, black for matting is cut down. They're not cut down to where they need to be. I'm going to use waffle flower dies to cut the mats out. But first things first, I got to stamp the backs. I have this lovely Cards for Kindness stamp set from scrapbook.com. And I think I'm going to use Handmade with Love on this card. Last month I used the envelope. So I'm going to use this one. And then I have my stamp that has my information on it. Just email address and my username. So let's get started, shall we? All right, I got that swapped out. I'm going to move some of this stuff out of the way and we'll get started stamping the backs. The watercolor paper I'm using is just inexpensive paper from Hobby Lobby. It's actually not a bright white. It's kind of an off-white. That's why I'm going to mat it in black, because I think this against that, it's not going to look so great. But yeah, and buy these when they're 40% off. It's actually fairly decent paper, even if you're wanting to actually paint with watercolor. So I'm going to stamp a couple of these, and then with the magic of YouTube, when they'll all be done in a flash. So first things first, let's get our little Made with Love out and get this one out. And I think I'll do all of these first. Well, actually, I'll do the whole thing so you can see how it's going to look. And I'm using a Hero Arts, I think this is a hybrid ink, for the little Made with Love part, instead of just a regular black. All right, so that's how that's going to look. I'll be back in 22 seconds with the rest of them done. And voila, they are all done. Okay, now we're going to move on to our inking, which this is going to be fun. So I have this, like I said, pre-cut, inexpensive watercolor paper. It's a very textured paper. And all I'm going to do, we'll probably do 3 at a time. Maybe 4. We can do 4 at a time. We're going to take these Distress ink oxides, and we're going to just randomly put them on this watercolor paper, and then give it a little spritzy spritz with the water, and then let it dry. I'll probably speed it up with the heat tool, but so first we're going to start with Mermaid Lagoon. And I'm just going to go in and ink it up. Then we will move on to Picked Raspberry, which is awesome, awesome pink. We're going to let them overlap and make a little purple. These are just inexpensive brushes from Amazon. And when they came, I almost sent them back because they're really small. But I actually I think I like the size of them, and I like that the handles are all different colors. And it actually came with like a couple of the colors that came with 2 shades. Like it came with 2 shades of pink, a lighter and a darker. I think blue was the same. So it's easy for me to keep a brush for the lighter color and a brush for the darker color. Because like you don't want to use your spun sugar with a brush that's had picked raspberry on it, because that's just crazy. Okay, then we're gonna go move on to Kish Flamingo. And then we're gonna move on to Mustard Seed, which I don't think Mustard Seed gets enough love these days. Used to way back when, but no one seems to use it anymore. I gotta bring it back because it's a great color. And look, you get a little bit of green when you mix it with the Mermaid Lagoon. Let's put some up here in this corner. There we go. Okay, now we will move on to Candied Apple. About right here. Okay, so now we have what looks like a hot mess, but if this goes the way I think it's gonna go, by the time it's done, it's gonna be really cool. So we're gonna add some water. We're gonna let these do their thing. I kind of had a debate whether to use regular Distress or the oxides, but I thought in this case, I might actually like the oxidization. Whew. Words are hard. Okay, so let's start blotting. Oh yeah. That's cool, right? Yeah. Okay. See? And then once we cut them down, it's going to be even better. Okay, I'm going to do the next 6 and I will come back with them all done and all dry. I decided this would benefit from some gold splatters. So I got my little cup of dried up Daniel Smith gold watercolor out. And we're just going to splatter these with a little bit of gold before I dry them with the heat tool. Okay, we're going to stamp on these panels now using the Vicki Boutin Color Study stamp set. And I'm going to have to do this in 2 stages. So I have the flower, the dots, and the heart. I'm going to do all of them with this and then come back and rearrange and do the bottom half. And I ordered a little stamp pressure tool. Look how tiny. And it comes a little base to sit it in. It's an 1.5 inch square, so it's tiny. From an Etsy seller called Sachi. I think that's how you say it. S-A-C-H-E. And she 3D prints them. So I'll link to her shop in the description. But I got the teeny tiny one because I have a mini Misty, so I thought I'd try it out. And if I like it, then I'll order a full size one. We're going to stamp these in Memento Tuxedo Black ink. And probably have to stamp a couple of times since this is a pretty heavily textured watercolor paper. So let's ink it up. I would normally use archival for this, but my archival ink pad is dried out. So, gotta order a re-inker this weekend. Let's see what we got. Oh yeah, do it again. I love this flower. Love it, love it, love it. I would like it in like 5 different sizes. Okay, so there's one. I'm going to go through into the other 9 and I'll be back. Alrighty, so the first part of the stamping is done. Now what I'm going to do is flip this around. Oh no, I don't want to flip it around because my heart will be upside down. Okay, I'm not going to flip it around. I'm just going to move the stamps. So I want to put this one out here. I want to do some more spots. These all tucked up together. And I'll put that other heart right there. Okay, so we're gonna pick them up and get inking. And again, these are going to take two presses because it's a textured watercolor paper, but that's okay. I didn't mind. Next. Isn't that pretty? Okay, I'm going to finish the rest off camera, and then I'll be back. Alrighty, so that's done. I want to go in with the flower and stamp a couple more flowers on each one of these panels. So, let's get one in here. Figure out the position. So I think I want another one here and another one actually here and then down here. So we're going to do a few. And I know part of it's going to get cut off when I trim these down, but then the panel will be fully stamped. Okay. Pick it up. Ink it up. Press it out. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to go through all 10 and then we'll be back. Backgrounds are completely filled in. I brought over the A2 layer dies and let's decide what size we want to cut these to. I'm thinking I definitely want some white border. So maybe number 3 for the black. And then number 4 for our background. And I can kind of position that, right, in a way that makes me happy. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. 3 for the black and 4 for the backgrounds. All of our mats are cut, and look how pretty. Isn't that gonna be nice? Yes. And that'll go on the white card. I need the big ATG. Definitely gonna need heavy duty adhesive to put these watercolor panels on. Just get all this stuff down. Oh no. Didn't want to roll there. Dun, 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 dun. Look how pretty. Oh, yes. Now we got to get them on the card bases. Wrap a nice wide white border around there. Yes. Okay, let's get the rest put on. Alrighty, look at these. Oh, so pretty. Oh yes. Okay, so for our sentiment, I'm going to stamp and emboss this hello with black embossing powder on white paper, and then just cut out around it a little bit. So let's get our anti-static thing. Powder. Let's stamp a few of these out. See how this goes. Like it's going to be good. All right, let's try it out. Oh yeah, that's going to be cool. I'm going to go heat this up, and then we'll come back and see how it looks. Okay, that's pretty cool. I'm going to go do 9 more. I'll be back after they're all done. We have 10 stamped and embossed sentiments. What I used was scraps of Neenah Solar White 110 pounds, so that they're nice and thick. And I'm just going to cut these out. You know, it's kind of a messy edge. I'm not going to worry about the little splats and stuff, but try and keep a little bit of that, I don't know, kind of whimsical quality that it's got. Glasses off so I can see. Here's our pile of wonky happy hellos. We're going to flip these all over and put foam tape on the back of them. Ooh, that piece might not come off. Oh, sorry. Foam tape, foam tape. Gotta love foam tape. Back in the day, all we had was little pop dots. That's what we called them. All right, what do we got here? 1, 2, 3 more that need foamed. Yeah, it's gonna be just a hair too big. That's okay. And these are just gonna go centered right on the front of that card. It's a fairly simple card, right? But that background really is pretty cool. It's definitely the star of the show. So we'll get our liners off and just pop it right on there. All right, we'll get all these on, and then we're gonna add some sequins, I think. Look at these. Isn't that pretty? Ugh, I'm really happy with the way these are turning out. Now I have some sequins and a little bit of bling, and I have these Sizzix embellishments. These are, I just got these a couple weeks ago, and there's pink hearts in here, so I thought maybe we might use some of those. I'm not sure yet, but we have them just in case. So let's get a couple of cards out here and ready to go. We're going to use Bear Glue, of course, because you know that's my favorite. And I think we're gonna go here, 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 here. Kind of make them cascade out. And let's see, what do we have? That one turned around the right way. A little blue one, like a little blue one. It'll stay put. Little blue bling. And how about a black sequin? Right here. I think we'll do another gold one up here. Get rid of that extra glue. Then, ooh, I think I need a darker one. This red. bling up here. And that one doesn't want to stay put anyway, so it needs a new spot of glue. There you go, homie. Now stay. Man, I don't know why that one's being such a pain on the tushy. Let's see. One more in that area. Ooh, how about the hot pink? Yes. Let's do the hot pink right there. And then the light pink right there. And then we're gonna go down this way. One. Let's do a red one. And a yellow gold bling, 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 bling. There. How about gold sequin about there? Another gold one there. No, I don't want that there. Let's do purple. Blue. Yes. Okay, I think I want to add a couple more. One here, one here. How about a black one? Right about there. And then one more. Ooh, what about this blue one that popped out? Oh yeah. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. Well, these turned out great. Look at that. All I have left to do is inside, because you know me, no naked insides. So what I want to do is stamp this flower on the inside in black, and then I'm going to use that same green that I used on the back side too. So let's get started. We're just going to stamp them quick and simple. Here we go, 10 cards for Cards for Kindness for scrapbook.com for the month of April 2022. I hope you like these cards. I hope you liked watching them be put together. Try making this background. I love it. It's so pretty. And if you use some nice heavy paper, watercolor paper, maybe even some Nina 110, you should get a really nice result. All right, remember, be excellent to each other and go make something. Bye.